Yes, sir. What's up, guys?
Yes. This DJ will kick the floor in 3, 2, 1.
Hello and welcome to Mzansi Reality. We are back again with drama and a lot of things that have been happening in that court.
Yep.
Because that court is always full of drama. We apologize for being late. Yeah, guys, it is taking a toll. Sometimes hard to prepare for this case because you can't just go without knowing certain things. And some of us are even catching flu because we rest less. I don't know how you're feeling, Emily. How are you feeling?
I have a little bit of a throat problem, but I will be surviving. I'll survive.
So it's not easy to cover.
That's why
this
the
case.
microphone is a little bit closer today.
Yeah. So it's not easy to cover this case. Yeah?
No, it's not. For me, it is not. Okay, at the end of the day, there's way too much detail. There's too much analyzing. There's a lot of note taking from my side. At the same time, I'm emotional.
You are angry.
I'm livid today. I'm livid. I don't understand ukuthi yini into special kangaka ngoTumelo. I don't get it.
Special.
Hey, special lo muntu lo uyavikelwa, and it's very, very weird because this person appeared on a whole documentary that broadcasted internationally.
Yeah.
And these tantrums with the media at the slight of showing his face for 5 seconds.
Yeah.
And the camera people are kicked out of the courtroom.
Okay, but let's talk about.
I just don't get it.
Let's talk about the camera people. Is that the newsroom? Have we?
Some are saying that even the SABC did it, but I don't have tangible screenshots when it comes to the SABC. Goods who were on the live stream, they did show his faces. The judge was walking away. His face somehow conveniently popped up today. Ne? And I did see with the screenshots, I shared them on the community tab, that even Newsroom Africa did get a glimpse of him. They were also trying to capture the judge as he walks away like he usually does. I don't know what happened today. Today, I don't know what happened.
So it was a mistake that was not intended to be. Is that what you're saying?
Why was Tumelo's face at the back of the judge as he was walking away when it's never been there before? Kwenzakalani?
I don't know. But bola abantu mina ngiyaba blame because we need this case as people. We want to see how our law operates. And then when you go on and you mess up that chance for us, you must be careful. Obviously, you are trading on a thin line here. And it's obvious that they are protecting this person with everything they got, as if this person really is not going to go back and live his life.
Mina understand ukuthi why is his life all of a sudden at risk? That's what I don't understand. Was it not at risk when he was featuring on the Netflix documentary and
but
receiving payments allegedly?
That face though, like that face of that guy, it's like that face, man. That it's an arrogant face. Very arrogant.
You can even hear in his tone when he's answering questions.
I think the picture confirmed what I was always thinking, that it looks arrogant, very arrogant.
His speech is very arrogant.
But my worry is that all the time when the judge is seeing that you are asking serious questions, there is that uncomfortability.
For some weird reason. I also feel the same way. Like it's like
the judge is just uncomfortable. When once you corner Tumi, the judge just becomes uncomfortable. I don't know.
And he wants to be his hero. Why?
I don't know why, but at least it's better with Mshololo. It is better.
But still, you are Pazamis.
Yeah, he interjects now and then, and I still say deaf was not a problem. I'm not gonna say who was the problem. Deaf was not a problem here, and according to me, they should give Defo his license back. It's clearly. Where are they now when we need them? Where are they?
Bathule.
Why are they not saying anything?
LPC, Bapi.
Bablabo LPC, Nandi lawyer Lia Nobusolu Belukuzan. Where is he? Why is he not talking? The lawyer who was always on TV when Defo was going through that thing. Where is he?
He seems
now?
to have disappeared. His job was to come and criticize Defo. What else can you do besides that? Where are you?
You talked about who's this other witness?
Wesley John Rogers, who is representing Thokozisi Twala, was inside court today.
Yeah.
And he is here. He was there to get direction on whether he can get to be in court on a watching brief or not.
Okay.
And he is a man of no color.
Yeah.
He's gonna be representing Thokozisi Twala. Thokozisi Twala is the deceased best friend as well, who was also in the house when Senzo Meyiwa got killed.
Let us say he's part of our hope right now. I don't know what will happen and when it will happen, but he's part of our hope. Thokozisi.
Now, it was reported earlier on by Griselda Lewis that the court is likely to decline Rogers being on a watching brief for Twala, as in the case of Magdalene Munsami, who represents Kelly Khumalo. The state and defense likely to say that Rogers' presence could jeopardize the trial.
Well, it's not a problem. The fact that he's available, that's good. The fact that we know that he's there, it restores that thing in this case, because today Icon Tumi was found wandering.
Today gave us something, but let us unpack it.
Yeah, do
Advocate George Baloyi, the state prosecutor, says the late start of the court proceedings was due to the two of the accused being brought in late to court, and he said that he will check what the problem was. And Advocate Mshololo resumed with her cross-examination, and she stated accused number 5 has never been to Kelly Khumalo's mother's house on the day of the incident. What do you say to that? And Madlala answered by saying, I agree. He was not amongst the intruders that were inside the house. Advocate Mshololo further asked, accused number 5 will say that he never had a firearm. What do you say to that? And Madlala answered by saying, I don't know about that. Those who arrested him can come and shed light on that. Advocate Mshololo then asked, you said you were not at liberty to tell the court how much Netflix paid you. How was it paid to you? And Madlala responded that it was paid to him in cash. Mshololo asked again, was the deceased married? And Madlala said, yes, I know he paid Lobola. No, he didn't say yes. He actually said he knew that he paid Lobola. Okay. Yeah. Mshololo then asked to who? Then Mandisa Mkhize. And Mshololo further questioned, when was the money from Netflix sent to you? Madlala said last year. Sometime last year. Then Advocate Mshololo said, did you inform Mandisa that you received the money? And Madlala said, no, I didn't.
Yeah.
Then Mshololo asked, did you give anything to Mandisa to help her support her child with Senzo? And Madlala said, no. Madlala said, I don't think I was supposed to do that. It was my money.
His money.
It was his money.
Using his friend's picture.
It was his money. Netflix didn't care for him. They didn't want his pictures. They wanted the deceased pictures.
Yeah. So the guy was showing the signs of greed there.
It was my money. That was his word. Let that sink in. Advocate Mshololo then asked, so you ceased to be a friend of Senzo after he was shot? And Madlala answered, that's a lie. You see it like that. Then Judge Maumela interjected and said, is Senzo's child not your child as an African? Then Madlala said, yes. Maumela said, would Senzo's child not fall in that category? Madlala said, that's correct.
So he does believe Senzo's child is part of his responsibility in a sense, because you were a friend to this guy, even his family, in fact. You can't now all of a sudden change and then blame it to everyone but not yourself.
Mshololo then asked, so you decided not to give that poor child a cent? Then Madlala said, no, I didn't. Mshololo asked, your behavior is shocking after your friend died. Mshololo said, did you give Senzo's mother any of the money?
Yeah.
Madlala responded by saying, how could I give money to someone who was not speaking speaking terms with me?
Now, Emil, I'm sorry to disturb you here.
Yeah.
This is where I wish Mshololo could ask, because he did ask about what happened after the shooting, Tumelo sleeping, Malbatin,
Yes.
and all that. But I want to know, when he departed from Joburg to KZN, did he go to the family straight, or he didn't go to the family? I would like to know that part, because that would justify the behavior of the parents if he didn't go there. And I really, this is my thinking here, I don't think Tumi went there.
Because in African, in our culture, usually if someone died in your presence,
As your friend, in fact.
as your friend,
So you are like a brother.
even if they are not your friend, I've seen people where they were maybe a part of the scene or they witnessed something, they would want to go to the family and pour their heart or say something or offer condolences or something like that. It's an African thing that really hasn't gone away. So it would be interesting to know whether he did that or not.
Very interesting.
Or he just vanished
And
after he came back.
I can almost have this speculation on my side and say my thinking is that he didn't go there. That is my thinking. I would like to see, did you operate in Ubuntu, as we say as African? When you arrived in Durban, did you show remorse and whatsoever, or even feel sorry for the family, and go there and clarify that this is what happened? Or you just went straight to your home?
And usually if you don't do that, there's no way the family would believe or be in good terms with you.
Exactly. That is my feeling. So I want to know that part. Unfortunately, no one has asked that question. It's very important, because I understand dealing with him coming this side and then, but he's blaming the family now. So we want to know, what did he do in order for him to be on the wrong side of the family? Did he go there and clarify and explain what happened? Judging from what is happening now, I don't think so. I really don't think so.
Mshololo then said, don't be arrogant, just answer the question. And Madlala said, understood. Mshololo then asked, did you check from the butler door where the intruders entered whether there was any forced entry? And Madlala responded, said, I never checked. So now, when you came back from the hospital, were the police in the house? This is Mshololo now asking. Madlala said yes. And Mshololo asked, did the police do a blood test on all of you? Madlala said no. Advocate Mshololo then continued to ask, is there any test that was done on your hands by the police to establish if any of the occupants in the house used a gun on that day? Then Madlala said, no, it was never done on us. Mshololo then asked, you said you only saw the intruder inside the house. How come you didn't hear him enter the house? Madlala then said, I don't think the door was properly closed.
Look, there is a lot of things that are happening there. I don't know, have you passed the part of the head?
No, I'm going there.
Okay.
Did you hear any noise or not? Madlala said no. Mshololo asked, you didn't hear because there is no intruders that entered the house. Madlala said it's a lie. Mshololo says you didn't take note of the time when you started watching soccer because you were consuming alcohol. Madlala said, yes, that's correct. Mshololo said, I want to know how long was it when you entered the house till the incident happened. And then Madlala said he doesn't remember. Mshololo asked, so the whole time you were drinking? Mshololo said no. The whole time you were drinking? Then Tumelo said no. Mshololo then asked, you said Longwe pushed the first intruder. Is it possible for someone to stand up and go towards someone who is armed, the first intruder? Madlala said, I'm also asking myself today how it was possible for him to do that.
Yeah, it was. We asked that question. But Emily, with that being said, this is where Mshololo missed a lot of things.
Okay.
When he was asking Tumelo, and I'm not against Mshololo. I know that there are people who believe that
she actually did a good job.
A good job, but
it's just
this
the
is
slight.
So the questions that
shortfall.
she was asking,
Yeah.
because she prepared them in advance. She
Yeah.
wanted to go that route forever.
Yeah.
And not adjust and be flexible. There are a lot of things that were said by Tumi that were not making sense. You know, like the explanation of how the fight, the commotion happened.
Yes.
First time when he explained it, this is pity pit. For those who do not understand this pity pit,
Commotion.
it's a commotion that was happening in the room.
Yes.
After Longwetwala pushed the guy and then went out.
Yeah.
So after that, the first time when he explained it, he said Senzo was part of the people who were harassing the guy with the gun. I don't know if I'm the only one who heard that.
I heard that part. He mentioned, he was asked like how many people stood up to attend to the first intruder.
Yes.
And he said everybody stood up except him.
Yes.
And he mentioned the names.
He mentioned
said
the
Kelly,
names. He was
he
willing.
said Kelly's mother, Zandi,
And
and
Senzo.
Senzo.
So all of these people, they were there. One guy.
On the first intruder.
Now, this is where it doesn't make sense. So, the other explanation of him now trying to run out, and all of a sudden he sees Senzo and he punches the guy. Do you understand?
There's a glitch.
There's a glitch there, because first you said Senzo was part of the people that were fighting the first guy. I have recordings here. I don't know if I can play them all in
Please
order.
play them, because like me myself,
Yeah.
many people might have missed and they don't understand what we're talking about, because I had missed that part. I didn't pay much
So let us
attention.
listen to that explanation.
Let's hear what he said.
Who was a threat to them, and you were running towards the door, towards the person who was less armed. Where was Kelly Kumalo by then?
Lala ngombuzo uthini futhi ngiphambi kokuphendula ne uKelly kahle kahle lebeka kuphi ngesikhathi silawe esifazane balana lo muntu oqala lo beka phethe isibhamu ngesikhathi wena ke uhamba uthi uzophuma udibano senzo along wesibili lo utawuzama ukubona phethe lutho la.
I think ungene ekamereni ngesikhathi umfana athi ke sanda pusha lo muntu wayephethe isibhamu oqala.
Okay, I think she got inside the bedroom immediately after Longwe pushed the first intruder, the one who was in possession of the firearm or wielding the firearm.
So ukuthi uphume nginike ekamereni angazi.
Just for those who do not understand. So this whole fight started when Zandi and everyone was standing up after Longwe pushed everyone and went out. When Zandi was standing up, so Kelly had a time, I don't know, like a supersonic person. She ran to the house, to the bedroom, and came out and assisted. That is how quick you must be. I don't know how quick you must be. So now my question is the guy that is standing, waiting for you to go to the bedroom, not knowing what you're going to fetch there, or let you go in there? Yes, it's down, but the gun is still with him. And you come back and all is well. You're still able to find him down and you fight your way out, or you fight the guy. Let us continue listening.
As to when did she came out of from the bedroom, I don't know.
So in other words, you do not know Where was Kelly Khumalo and what was she was doing when the three were fighting with the first person who was carrying a gun?
So
And you were-
awazi ukuthi uKelly bekenzani lokho abantu lawo esithathu abathathu laba balana nokuthi bangaphethe isibhamu.
You don't
umuntu
know.
wesithathu uyena uKelly njengoba uyena noma wakhe noZandi.
Okay. The third person is herself Kelly because it was her mother and Zandi and Kelly.
So, was he back from the bedroom now?
Bese kabuyile ekameni esikhathi.
uyikhulumela funa yeke wangena ekamereni waphinde wabuya futhi.
Yes, she went to the bedroom and came back again.
How long? For how long?
Hayi angibanga ngangikwazi ukuchaza isikhathi kwabe isikhathi singakanani because ngangifocusile kodwa engena ekamereni ngangisahleli mina because wangena immediately maqeda ukuphusha lo mfana athi kulongo wangena ekamereni so mase
Ima kancane. I did not really look at the time as to the duration of the time, but that had
Exactly, guys. I hope that you are still following everything with me. And I'm gonna pause it because I don't want strikes here. Next thing, I'm in trouble for that. So I'm not pausing because I'm disturbing it. Just pause a bit and we give a commentary and continue.
And when I was still seated after long, Twala pushed the intruder.
Okay. After hitting the second person with a fist, what happened?
Ngemva kokuthi ushaya lo muntu wesibili ngenqindi kwenzakaleni.
ila ngizwa khona umsindo wesibhamu
Okay.
ngingabaleki ngawukhithima ngabalekela ekamereni.
That's where I heard a noise of a firearm. That's when I ran in.
So, guys, I'm taking it from the back, Amy.
Who was a threat to them?
I'm taking it from the back. And I see Jessica is quick to defend the usual. Let us continue. You will hear Jessica. Just wait.
At the door.
Then how did you run to the door? You are telling this court that you wanted to go out of the house, to run out of the house. Is that correct?
Yes.
Utshele ngathi ukuthi bufuna ukugijima ufuna uphuma endlini.
Yebo kunjalo.
That is correct.
And on the way there was an intruder. Is that correct?
Endleleni yakho bekunalo mhlaseli kunjalo.
Bese sekitchen yebo. Bese kusekitchen. So mina ngiphumile la ekitchen awukho umuntu.
Bekakuphi lo mhlaseli bekasele kitchen.
Bese la ekitchen yebe la ekitchen belela khona la ekitchen.
Okay. The intruder by that time was inside the kitchen. There was a commotion inside the kitchen. By the doorstep there was no one.
He was fighting with who?
Bekolwa nobani?
Beshawa umaka uKelly uZandi.
He was beaten by Kelly's mother, Zandi and Kelly.
Is it possible for a person who's carrying a gun to be assaulted by female people, two female people?
Kuyakhona
Was his
ukuthi-
Now, that is a video that comes after he mentioned Senzo in a commotion. So now he's kind of correcting himself. And I said, I'm playing it from the back and I want you to
Okay.
go with me. So
Okay,
now
play the part where he
we
mentioned.
go now to the part where
He
he's
mentioned
mentioning
Senzo.
the whole group.
I said it's not possible because even myself I did not approach him.
Okay. What did you do
Wenzeni?
Ngenzeni ma kanjani?
when Longwe was running towards that person? What did you do?
Mina bengisahleli kuze kusukumeke oKelly ke no nabasendi noZandi bexabana naye lo muntu ophethe isibhamu noSenzo.
I was still seated up a stage whereby Kelly and Zandi, other occupants of the house, who stood up and confronted this intruder with a firearm.
Yes, and then what happened?
Did you hear that?
I think you should rewind. Play it again.
Okay, maybe people don't hear.
Just play it again slightly. Just that part
Did
where
not
it's
approach him.
mentioned.
Okay. What did you do
Wenzeni?
Ngenzeni ma kanjani?
when Longwe was running towards that person? What did you do?
Mina bengisahleli kuze kusukumeke oKelly ke no nabasendi noZandi bexabana naye lo muntu ophethe isibhamu noSenzo.
I was still seated up a stage whereby Kelly and Zandi, other occupants of the house, who stood up and confronted this intruder with a firearm.
Right.
Did you hear that?
Now, Jessica, do you still think that he said, I played you when he corrected himself later on.
Later on.
And
there was no mention
Mshololo
of Senzo.
didn't dwell on that. I wanted him to dwell on that.
Her, you mean?
I wanted her to dwell on that. I wanted her to ask that question, but because he was kind of rehearsed, he wanted to continue with just
I think
flexibility.
She
flexibility
couldn't pick it up.
Because right now the guy was mixing things. And then from there, if Senzo, which is understandable if you say Senzo was fighting with someone who had a gun because he was shot by someone with a gun in front of the chest, not at the back. So if he was fighting that guy, the other guy in the door, whom you're not even sure he had a gun, which you punched also at some point, then who shot Senzo? And if Senzo was fighting and you were close to Senzo, fighting with Senzo, as you say, why didn't you see a person pulling the gun on Senzo? You heard the noise, and the way you are saying it is like you were far. Do you understand? And you are sure. You've been asked several times in this court, and you said you are not sure if the first intruder had a gun. Right? That means you didn't even see it when you were fighting with the guy. So when the sound came out, and you were with Senzo. Imagine, guys, you are fighting with someone. We are fighting one person. One person takes out the gun.
Remember, he even punched. He said he punched.
Yeah, he said he punched.
He threw a punch.
So you are fighting one person with whom you are not even sure he had a gun. You punch the guy, and there is a noise. Pa. You are not sure who's shooting, and you are that close. Are you fighting with your eyes closed? You didn't see someone.
He says he wasn't drunk.
And unless you tell me that Senzo was shot at the back, then it's a different story. Because I would say, yeah, maybe when you were busy fighting this other guy, the other one then shot him. But if he was shot from the chest, facing the person, then you should have seen something. And that was missed. I didn't dwell on that thing. There is no way you are fighting one person and that person pulls a gun and you are not sure if that person is the one who shot or... But Senzo, that means Senzo was shot in front of you. And you are telling us here that you don't know.
And he threw a punch.
Pella, he started running after throwing that punch, right? He threw the punch and then there was pa, and then he started running.
And then he started running.
So you're telling us that you did not see, and we are sure that according to you don't know whether this person had a gun or not. How is that possible? Tell me, how is that possible? Someone was shot in front of you. Okay, continue.
Okay, that's the first loophole that Mr. Anonymous identified. You're also surprised that Longwe went towards the intruder carrying the gun because it didn't happen. There is no way Longwe could have gone towards someone carrying a gun without being shot. There was no intruders. Madlala said that's a lie. A mangalawa. Then Mshololo said, so his face was not visible enough due to the dreads and the hat. And then Madlala said it's difficult to observe someone with a firearm because you don't know what they will do next.
Okay.
Mshololo then asked, so you didn't have a clear vision of him? You didn't look at him directly? And Madlala said yes.
Okay.
Then after the tea break, Mshololo asked, you said you could not look directly at one of the intruders.
Yes.
The one carrying the firearm. So how were you able to identify the gun he was carrying? Madlala, initially he stood by the door. Madlala answered. Initially he stood by the door.
Okay.
Mshololo then asked, how did you then see the gun? Madlala responded, I looked at him slightly.
So not properly, you just had a glance because you are afraid of looking at this person. So yet you are able to explain that the gun is rusted. You are able to explain what else. The gun had a wheel. And you were that far and you were afraid of looking at this person.
He was closer to the second intruder.
Yeah, the only thing that you...
But he saw the gun of the first intruder, of
the
which...
The only thing of the other intruder that you know is the caramel jacket and the hat.
And the dreads.
Now listen to this. Continue.
But he doesn't know the color of the hoodie of the second intruder that he punched.
If a gun has been on a shelf for quite long, wouldn't it sort of rust because you are not servicing it?
It would.
So what I would have liked to ask is, were you shown this evidence at some point by anyone? Did anyone come to you and show you the evidence, or called you to show you the evidence? Because the explanation to me sounds like an explanation of something that you kind of were shown. Yeah, but it's an allegedly.
Alleged. Okay, it's Mr. Anonymous's opinion.
It's my opinion.
And we're speculating. The court of public opinion. Advocate Mshololo then asks Madlala about his statement dated back in the 7th of February 2018, where he said the gun looked old and rusted. He didn't know the color and the intruder was wearing a hat. Mshololo then asked, you mentioned you slightly looked at the firearm, so how were you able to see it was old and rusted? You didn't have enough time to look at the firearm. Madlala said, that's correct. Advocate Mshololo asked, so you couldn't see the detail? Madlala answered, yes. We now look at the photo of the hat inside the court. So there was a demonstration of that hat lying on the kitchen floor. That picture, exhibit Ntons, that was used when Sergeant Thabo Mosia was on the witness stand.
Yeah, before you go to that head, because there's more to that head.
Yeah.
On the troll.
Let us remind you to subscribe and like the video.
Push that like button.
Share the video.
Smash that like button.
Make sure that you smash that. We have 883 people. We have 69 likes. That is a bit low, guys. We request that you guys push the likes button, because that's how we got recommended. That's our request. We are not forcing, but we are requesting.
Yes.
Because we are together in this. So please smash that like button and subscribe. If you cannot chat, most probably you are not a subscriber. So if you subscribe, then the chat will be open to you. Then you can be able to chat and say what you want to say. Those people that you see there commenting, they are coming from the side of being a subscriber. So they are able to comment. They have that luxury. Yeah, continue, Amy.
Advocate Mshololo asked, is this the hat that you were referring to? And Madlala said yes. Advocate Mshololo, how long did it take you to look at the intruder inside the house?
Yes.
Madlala said it happened fast.
Okay.
Then Advocate Mshololo asked, do you know that the hat was taken for DNA? Madlala said yes. Mshololo then said the DNA that came back showed that the hat belonged to a female person.
Objection.
And the state raised
Objection.
with an objection saying that the DNA was a mixture. It was a mixture of a male and a female.
The Vaseline. This is where the problem is. But in his explanation, there is something very interesting. Forget about the objection and whatnot, because obviously the state is going to object and come with a lot of things that are going to sort of make the case or even not solvable in this case, because we are saying there are two people. So that means maybe it could be that people were fighting and eventually they wore the hat. I don't know. Maybe when they were fighting, their DNA remained on the hat. But that's where the state is kind of going. I don't know. That's my thinking. They want to discredit that part like that. So they want to everything that you rely on from the state now. It's a chess game. So Tumelo says he saw the hat and he admit that that's the hat. But he then goes on and say, after going to hospital and coming back, when they were police, I asked them, whose hat is this? He says that. if you saw the head and you are sure you ID it, why would you come back and ask again, whose head is this? Because you are sure that's a head. When you find that head in the scene, why would you say, whose head is this? That's another thing that Mshololo missed. And the part, he repeats again the part of, I thought he was joking. Then my line of questioning would be, Mr. Madlala, have you ever been robbed at a gunpoint before this incident? If he says yes, then I would ask, how did you react when that person was robbing you? And then he would explain. But you didn't think that he was joking, right? Then he would probably say yes. And I'll say, why would you think that someone that you didn't find in the house, someone who was not in the car with you, someone
you were not
familiar with, comes in with a gun, and you have guts to say you thought he was joking? Why would you do that? So it's few things that they were missed, and they're important because they sort of show that probably it was not someone you didn't know, because the only time you would be saying, okay, I thought he was joking, it is when someone was with you guys. And when he stands up when he's fighting, and then he pulls a gun and he says,
like,
why is this thing happening? And then you're like, yeah, when's that man?
Like,
yeah, but after you have like sat with that person, not when you didn't sit with the person and you say, I thought he was joking. No way. There is no such thing. Someone you don't know has a gun, comes in my house and comes in.
Why would a stranger?
I think they are joking. And I've been sitting there for a while. That person hasn't been there, right? Why would you think they are joking? Unless it's a person that they knew inside the house.
And my own speculation here.
Yeah.
He didn't hear the door.
Yeah.
Any activity on the door when the intruders were coming in.
Yeah.
But here is someone in front of you with a gun and you think they're joking.
And you say, okay, maybe the door was a bit open. You are not saying the door was open. You are saying maybe they didn't close it properly. Well, we understand.
That means you didn't hear anything. There was no movement, right? And then Badla, a stranger in front of them with a gun, and he's joking.
Exactly. And you think that person is joking? In a zoo, there's no way a person can come in my house or in my friend's house. This person hasn't been there before, and you say, I thought he was joking.
You are not familiar with this person.
That you're supposed to hit on that, Mshololo. You're supposed to hit on that, because why is this your behavior that when someone is robbing you all the time, you think it's a they're joking? Not up until they rob you. Because you are saying this person didn't get in and stand there. He got in and said he wanted cell phones. Right? Why would you think they are joking if a person comes in with a gun and they say we want cell phones and you haven't seen them in the house? Why would you think these people are in a joking
Did you
mode?
have a meal with them? This person.
Exactly. Only a person that you had a meal with was dished for would have that kind of
effect.
Feeling.
Hey,
what is happening? Because I thought we were cool. You know? So that's how I think. Continue.
Mshololo then asked, the reason I'm raising this, no, she didn't ask, she was stating the statement that the reason why she's raising this is because the witness said that the hat was worn by one of the male intruders in the house, but the DNA shows that the hat belonged to a female. Then there was a short adjournment while Mshololo looked for the DNA document.
And I guess it came out with a mixture, as they say.
Mshololo said that she wanted to pause on the question of the head and the DNA for a later stage because Vaseline said that there is still an expert who's yet to come.
I wonder that expert from the state.
From the state. Advocate Mshololo then continued and asked, you said he was shot with big eyes, the first intruder with the gun. What did he do with the firearm when he entered? And Madlala answered by saying he pointed it at us, asking for phones and money. Mshololo then asked, he didn't fire. Madlala said, not at that point. Mshololo asked, you said Longwe pushed the first intruder. Is it possible for someone to stand up and go towards someone who is armed? And Madlala answered, I'm also asking myself today how it was possible for him to do that. Mshololo then said, you also surprised that Longo went towards the intruder carrying the gun because it didn't happen. There's no way Longo would have gone towards someone carrying a gun without being shot at. There were no intruders. Then Madlala said, that's a lie. Mshololo, what did you do when Longo was running towards the intruder carrying the gun? Madlala said, I was still seated until Kelly and Zandi confronted the man with the gun. There was a commotion. Advocate Mshololo said, is it possible?
This guy, everyone is moving. It's a motion.
It's a moving scene.
This guy is chilling.
He's just
He's waiting for his chance.
After that
Longwe
person with the
stood
gun
up.
said,
Longwe
I thought he
stood
was
up.
joking. Maybe
Yeah.
that's why he thought he was joking.
Maybe
and
he
just
was still in
chilled.
that mood of saying
Yeah,
that,
he
this
just
guy is joking.
chilled.
It can be. But Longo is run out of the house. And then Mozandi, they took your crashes. And then you decide later on, everyone is fighting anyone. Let me now run out. And when you run out, you're like, oh, no. By the door there, you're like, oh, you're fighting Senzo now. Okay, I'm going to throw one punch. And then the gun, boom. And then you run back to the house without your crashes.
Well, Advocate Mshololo asked, is it possible for someone carrying a gun to be assaulted by two female persons? And Madlala said, I think you should ask the people who were assaulting the intruder. Mshololo then asked, did you assist the females fighting the intruder?
Yes.
Then Madlala said, no, I wanted to run. Madlala then said, Advocate Mshololo said, you are so cruel. There were females, people you were supposed to assist. Then the judge interjected and said, where does the cruel come in? Then Advocate Mshololo had to withdraw that statement. Right.
Exactly. Casting doubts.
Then the Advocate Mshololo asked, where was Kelly Khumalo when the other females were fighting the intruder? Madlala said, I think she ran to the bedroom after Longwe pushed the first intruder. Mshololo then asked, did you see who fired the shot that killed Senzo? Madlala said, no. Mshololo asked, you assume the person who fired the shot was the one carrying the gun? Madlala said, yes, because I didn't see any other firearm inside the house. Mshololo then asked, are you tired, Mr. Madlala? When Madlala started raising his voice, then Madlala said, maybe you can have apparatus to check me if I'm tired.
Yeah, Zaka.
Madlala said, I can say we put him inside. Then Advocate Mshololo said, who decided the deceased must be taken to the hospital? Madlala said he didn't know. Then Advocate Mshololo asked, did you call an ambulance? Then Madlala said Kelly had already brought the vehicle closer to take him to the hospital. Mshololo then asked, where was the deceased? Then Madlala answered, in the lounge. I observed that he had just gotten shot, that he was shot. Then Mshololo asked, what did you do? Madlala said, I was crying. Mshololo said, for what? Madlala said, I don't know what you mean by that.
Sounded insensitive.
He was crying.
Yeah, he was crying.
Senzo was lying there, shot.
But Shemi can cry. We have seen
Yeah,
that.
we have seen it.
He
was crying.
He can cry.
Did he start crying at the bedroom or did he start crying as soon as he saw Senzo?
No, he was shouting for the door to be open.
Okay.
So I don't
He
think
was crying from the time he was locked in the bedroom.
out of the house. When he was out of the bedroom, when he saw Senzo laying there, that's when he started crying.
Advocate Mshololo asked, what initiative did you take to assist the deceased besides crying? Madlala answered, I can say we put him inside the car. Advocate Mshololo asked who decided the deceased must be taken to the hospital. Madlala said, I don't know. Mshololo asked, did you call the ambulance? Madlala said Kelly had already brought the vehicle closer to him. Did you call an ambulance? Mshololo asked. Madlala said, even though I'm his best friend, I wouldn't take decisions on my own while his lover was there.
Insinuating that Senzo's life was in Kelly's hand.
So the responsibility laid with Kelly only to find help. He, the best friend, did not see it appropriate when a friend is near death to call for assistance. He had to seek approval from Kelly first. Is that what he's saying?
Exactly, that's what he's saying.
So Madlala then answered, I didn't even have the number. So a whole grown man does not know which number to dial to call an ambulance.
Exactly.
Advocate Mshololo asked, how long did it take you to transport the deceased to the hospital after he had been shot? Madlala said it wasn't long time, but I'm not sure. He also mentioned that thing that he likes repeating about Kelly speeding and then Zandi actually calling her out and saying, no, be careful of the humps. He likes to mention that statement a lot. That's the only thing he remembers.
It does sound,
the
it sounds
of the car.
rehearsed.
The activities, that one, I'm hearing it for the 15,000th time. That part.
So since you are bringing it up, did you think Kelly was in a rush, according to you? Then I would ask that question. When he says no or yes, or if he says no or yes, I would say, do you think Kelly was justified to be in a hurry? Because this is your friend, would you have run faster? If it was you, would you have driven faster?
Or slower?
Or slower.
Because of the humps.
Because of the humps. What would you have done?
And then it was time for lunch. After lunch, the state raised concern that one of the SABC camera people focused on the witness during the adjournment and showed his face.
Yep.
This is where the commotion began. And guys, I looked and I looked and I looked. I couldn't find anybody who recorded what happened afterwards. But I got a source here that says Judge Shipiwa Maumela, who's presiding over the Senzo Meyiwa trial, had instructed all media to leave the courtroom after a witness's face was shown by one of the news channels. Maumela had ruled that Tumelo Madlala's face should not be revealed during his time on the witness stand in the North Gauteng High Court in Pretoria. However, on Wednesday, one of the TV channels disobeyed the ruling, and State Prosecutor Advocate George Baloyi notified Maumela about Madlala's face being shown on TV. This is what he said. He said, we spoke to the representative of the concerned media houses. They say there's a camera person who feed to different media house. So it appears the SABC camera person is the one who did this, my lord. So what I don't understand is why did he single everyone out the SABC?
Okay, fine, you singled out SABC.
But then he says that this camera person feeds to different media houses. I mean, this is confusing.
They would have to prove that.
This is confusing how much details he has of this cameraman. And if he knew, why didn't he point the person out?
I give the guy knows how to run away when something is breaking. Tumi was breaking. And the guy does what? Creates commotion. His commotion.
Mina ngiti. We always witness the judge walking out of the court. It's not a new thing.
And the judge...
Why all of a sudden Tumelo's face is where the judge walks out? I don't understand that part.
And the judge, because the way he was looking at it, did you see he had that green smile? It's like he could see that the guy is taking a picture. I feel like whoever took this picture is in cahoots
with the state, allegedly.
This is allegedly. That's my feeling. Because, I mean, honestly, we were hearing things that to me was...
He was contradicting himself.
Exactly.
We picked up contradictions today.
And then the media decided not to listen. And they release pictures? Really? You know these medias, the very same medias who can single out a person and focus on that person, character assassinate a person, right?
And I've also noticed that coverage on print media has kind of reduced. And I'm asking myself, why?
So exactly. Basically, for me, this was it's a plan that was not planned, maybe. It came out in the right time, at the right time, when you needed one, right? Because you couldn't object now, because there was nothing else that you could do. You just happen to see what is happening on TV. Aren't you supposed to be focusing on the case at the time? Maybe later, maybe tomorrow, you come back and say there was this happening right
One
at the
thing
time.
about Vaseline, I give it to him. He is, he's gifted.
No, it's not gift. No, it's not gift. We're not going to give him that.
When it comes to
No,
delaying,
it's the resources. It's the resources. When you have resources, you look smarter.
I'm like, when did he watch the recording?
It's resources.
Who is watching the recordings of the SABC, ENCA, Newsroom Africa at the same time for him? Who is watching for him? Because he's busy in the court, writing and stuff.
It's basically, for me, it's resources.
It's resources.
When you know which button to press and you know where it's going to help you, you press it. I mean, if you have all the buttons in front of you.
Because if
why not?
Ngambela Gutiwa, he picked it up, it was supposed to be addressed tomorrow morning.
Exactly. That only makes sense. And then
it was just an emergent thing that was so convenient when Tumi was about to break.
Just not even hours, couple of minutes. You are able to pick that thing up. When you must be head of intelligence.
Maybe he is.
While we are still chilling there.
Wow.
While we are still focusing on objecting.
You still have to make sure that Tumelo is fine. Pela, he's wearing many hats. He has to make sure that the witnesses are fine. At the same time, he was looking at the YouTube and all the broadcasting. He looked at all of them. Wow. He is, wow.
Genius.
Okay, now we can open the lines, I think, because
Yeah.
I'm done. I'm exhausted. I don't want to put my foot in my mouth any further.
Let us subscribe before we open the line, guys. Subscribe.
Okay,
Those
guys,
who are
please subscribe if you're new to the channel, and if you like this type of commentary, we encourage you to subscribe to the channel. We need your subscription.
And like the video.
We are begging for your likes. Please hit that like button. It really helps us a lot over here at Mzansi Reality. And it's also helping others, who are perhaps have forgotten that we go live, and maybe they can be recommended, So help us out. Help us out. You're contributing.
Let us hear what you guys have to say. So today, as I promised, I got my cable.
Yeah, so today there'll be no glitches. So the WhatsApp line is working as well as the phone line.
So the number is scrolling just below that comment. Mm-hmm. The call number, the comment, just go there and get the number 071. That is the number you can call. And then if you want to use WhatsApp, it's 067. That is WhatsApp number you can call on board. So we have one caller. Hello. Hello. Mzansi Reality, hello. Mzansi Reality, hello.
Morel sisi nawe buti.
Yebo mfethu njani?
Siyaphila kunjani buti?
Sikhona mfethu.
Yebo buti manje ngithi ngiyabulela ngale platform yenu ndaye nokubukela nezisophis ni.
Siyabonga kakhulu.
Buti manje ndine point eziyi2 namhlanje cha kuphela. Ibaleke. Siyela abantu.
Alright.
Into enzekayo buti ngicela ukwazi manje ningathi leminyaka akho umnyango ose dining room apha kobokheli.
Ukhona.
Lo mfana wakwana uphume phi yena?
Ngathi uphume kitchen.
Inyanga se kitchen.
Yes.
And then lo dining room apha kulo dining room bahleli kuwo.
I don't think it was used. I don't think it was used. Angicabanga ukuthi yasetshenziswa.
Bungasetshenziswa.
Yeah.
lo mfana benza ubuzi ba lo mfana waye yena yophuma e-kitchen instead of ba asebenzise lo mnyango lapha e-dining room. And then lo mfana kaChico uphume njani kulo mfana lo ebekhona e-kitchen already?
Hayi bathi umshaye phansi impela uvele wamshaya njengoba ubona irabhi vele
Mpushile.
That's because you're not understanding iba uphume njani pha yebo. And then enye into lo nansika umshololo novo uyinansika usamkhuka kakuhle lo mfana lo.
Yeah, uzakazi.
Ezibani sitsho zinginti nansika ezabe ngithilo izolo ndithi lo mfana sediscredekile. Already lo mfana lo. And remember i-recordings zikhona kulanto benisithi ikhunda zinisishayo umshololo inansika i-judge nayo iyabhala every time bethetha pha iyabhala i-judge yabo. So akukho nto izawumisisheka and ke ezinye izinto zishiyelwe for i-argument.
Yeah.
So mandibulele ndishiyele abanye ndabulela nge-platform akini.
Siyabonga kakhulu.
Siyabulela.
Mzansi Reality, hello.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Good, and you?
We are good.
Yes, can I make a comment?
Yes.
You can.
Yes, I've got, I think, one or two comments to make here.
Okay.
With regards to the cross-examination by Mshololo.
Yeah.
Mshololo is good. I don't want to discredit her, but she sometimes misses on certain crucial points. Yeah, this guy, Tumelo, he says he ran towards the kitchen door, right?
Yes.
While Kelly and her sister and the mother were busy beating this other guy who was carrying the gun.
Yes.
And then by the time he reached the kitchen, that is when he saw Senzo wrestling with this other guy.
Yes.
Second intruder.
Yes.
Then he decides to help Senzo.
Yeah.
He hits the intruder. And in that process, a shot is fired, right?
Yeah.
You're already next to the door when the shot is fired.
Yes.
Because you ran and your intention was to get out of the house.
Yes.
But how come when the shot is fired and the person whom you think is firing the shot is the one that is busy wrestling with the Kelly, the sister and the mother, and you go back to the same route towards the bedroom? Why are you not running out of the house now?
That's a good
Why are you
question.
going back? Because the shot is being fired, and according to your knowledge, this person who is firing the shot is the one that is fighting with Kelly and is the sister of Kelly and the mother.
Yes.
But you're still going back in the same direction.
Yes, that's true.
Why not out of the house?
That is true.
Yeah, you see, that's a very critical point
Yes.
that I think Mshololo missed.
Yes.
Now, another one that I think she also missed was I was going to ask this guy Tumelo, because he claims that Senzo was his best friend even after death. If Senzo was your best friend before and after death,
Yes.
how does it make you feel to profit from the death of your friend?
Exactly.
You're making money by sharing the pictures of your friend and you are profiting out of the death of your friend. How does that make you feel? And he does not want to give the amount as to how much he was giving.
Yes.
I would have also asked him to estimate.
Yes.
Just give us an estimate of how much you were giving. That question of estimation now, I will bring it in simply because I will then proceed to say, I know exactly what Tumelo would have said. You wouldn't have wanted to give in any estimate. You wouldn't have wanted to give any estimate.
Yes.
Maybe we will say, I can't remember how much I was given and so on.
Yes.
But now this Netflix thing happened, I think in 2021.
Yes.
You are not able to estimate the amount that you were given in 2021. But you are able to estimate the distance between you and the first intruder of the incident that happened in 2014 while you had taken about 4 cans of Heineken. But because you was able to give that estimate in terms of distance,
Yes.
But now, if he says, I can't estimate as to how much I was given, I can't remember.
Yes.
And how can I remember something that happened in 2021? But you're able to remember something happened in 2014, and you're able to give estimates, even after having taken 4 beers of alcohol, cans.
Yes.
I know there's a lot that is going on here, and then we will see as to how it turns out. Also, you have already mentioned about Mr. Vaseline there trying to come in and disrupt the process, seeing that Tumelo is about to crack. We'll wait and see. But Ashman, I don't know. I wish that we can come to the end of this and the bottom of it now.
Yes.
And maybe bring those who are inside the house for cross-examination.
That is true. No, thank you very much.
Okay, thanks.
Cool.
Thank you.
Yeah, so now I'm gonna take WhatsApp people because I'm gonna ignore Mzansi Reality. Hello.
I know. There's a lot.
Hello?
Yes, how are you?
Hey, what's good? How you doing?
We are good, man. We are good.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, this is Dan from yesterday. I was calling yesterday. I couldn't get through, but it's good to hear from you guys. I like your show. I like the comments you make and the observations you make.
Okay.
I just had a couple comments about the trial and a couple things that I noticed. I won't be too long.
Okay,
right.
cool.
So, firstly, I don't think, like, from the very beginning, from when Tefo was still on the case, I didn't see too much of a camaraderie between the whole defense team, because it seems like every time Maumela got into like a tiff with Tefo, you would hear laughing in the gallery, and then sometimes you would even see Mshololo laughing and making comments about him and stuff like that. And then now, I'm not saying it's happening now, but the defense is not coming with like this unity kind of to see all of their accusers set free. What I think is going to happen, sadly, which I hope doesn't happen, but the way it's looking is that maybe Mshololo might get her client off, but then I don't think the rest of the 4 might get off. They might do something whereas they don't give any validity to the second docket, and then they do something whereas I don't know, they still try to pin this on the people who are sitting on the benches. But that was one thing on that. I don't see unity so much in the defense because they could do a better job together.
That is true.
One thing I wanted to say about the whole Netflix thing, I think Tumelo was lying about well, not lying, but I think the reason why he's not talking about the amount that he got from Netflix is because who does Netflix ever pay in cash? They don't pay anybody in cash, even for documentaries. What I think happened was, I think they paid him for the photos of him and Senzo, because if you think about it, that's the same thing that TMZ does. They pay you if you have something that they need, and they pay you for it. It's a lot for that moment, but in the grand scheme, when he gets questions like, "Oh, why didn't you give the money or help out the family?" It's because I don't think he got enough. I don't think he got money that could help. It was just he sold out his friend for a few dollars, and I don't think he got paid for a documentary. I think they paid him for pictures, and he was featured in the documentary. That's just my belief. 2 more things. You guys touched on this yesterday. I think TT. I like TT. I didn't like him at first, but I didn't have a reason to. I like him now. I just wish he would have a chance to get his thoughts across. But I think he needs to be diving into like things of death certificates and who declared Senzo dead, because it has to be established. Was he dead on scene? Was he dead on arrival in the hospital? Will the coroner be able to tell how long was he dead actually? From autopsy. And one next to final point. Another thing I would like for TT to ask, I wish he was watching these things because he could get some inspiration.
Yes.
I think he needs to, unless I missed this part, he needs to look into autopsy, like look into the wound. I'm not sure how many times Senzo was hit, but if he was hit even just once, You have to look at the wound or the report, because where did the bullet enter and where did the exit wound, where did it leave his body? If he's busy fighting somebody and then the shooter is fighting off, he's fending off 2 to 3 women. How does he get a clear shot into Senzo's front side? I'm assuming it was his front side that was shot, a fatal shot.
Yes,
I don't know.
Yes.
But these are things that I wish TT, because I'll jump back real quick on Tefo, because whether it's TT or Tefo, I always said, even though Tefo had all these problems with the judge, by the way, I think he needs to recuse himself. He's too biased. I always said Tefo only has one job to do. Just show up to work every day, because no matter how much they make a fight with you and they do this and they don't accept your speeches and stuff like that, the evidence destroys itself. There's nothing that the state can put that cannot be tested and show these people to be liars. The truth will come out, because the whole story from the state is honestly, I've never seen such a case in my life in any country. It's a total shame too. But this thing shouldn't go very far for too long. They just stop with the diversions and let this thing go on, no matter how biased the judge is.
Yeah.
I think there's no way a sober, a sound-minded judge can go with state witnesses like Tumelo, who doesn't remember anything. That's just what I think. So, but yeah, that's just my 2 cents on the whole matter. I'm from New York, by the way. I love you guys. I love South Africa, and I love everything.
Thank you very much.
Are you from South Africa?
No, I'm from New York. I live in New York, but I have tons of friends from South Africa. I talk to them every day.
Wow, and you are following this case?
Absolutely. I've been like, yeah. I don't want to, go in too deep, but
yeah,
it's just one of the places I wish I could live. But tough times.
All right, cool.
Anyway.
Thank you for calling.
Yeah, thank you. I'll tune in. I'm always tuned in. Take care. Love everybody.
Thank you. Bye. Zanzi Reality, hello. Zanzi Reality, hello.
Hello.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. There is something that I don't understand in this case.
Yeah.
Especially from that guy Tumelo. That guy Tumelo said that when Senzo was shot, she was shot in the kitchen. But when he comes back from the bedroom, that's where he locked himself. He find him lying in the couch, in the couch, next to the couch.
Yes.
There is something that up there. And I'm not happy about how the judge is handling our male advocate, especially. You see what he did to Mr. Tefo and to Mr. TT. I think the judge has a crush on Mshololo, because when Mshololo talks, he's always nice and sweet.
Yeah, I hear you. We hear you. That is your opinion.
That's my only concern that I have, because Mshololo is also my crush.
All right, cool, thank you.
Woman Crush Wednesday of today is Advocate Mshololo.
Just say, this is someone on WhatsApp. It says, when asked why did he not contact an ambulance, I'm expecting Tumelo to say that he could not call because the phone had been taken by intruders. I think Advocate Mshololo picked that up and left it for arguments. Morena, this is Morena. Thank you. Thanks for the good show, Emily.
Thank you to Mr. Anonymous as well. I don't think you guys understand Mr. Anonymous' contribution.
This is someone as hi. It's Shayeda from Hammersdale. I think it was a plan because it was getting hot. The next was about the clothes that he had to I think pass. Yeah. Yeah, this is Shayeda. Let's hear this one. Zanzi Reality, hello.
Woman Crush Wednesday.
We can hear ourselves. Zanzi Reality, hello.
Hello, good evening. How are you doing?
We are good. And how are you?
How are you?
I'm good. Today, I think you are on the international platform. Everybody is calling from New York and from UK. I'm now calling again.
Okay, thank you from UK. So we have international audience. That's good.
no, we following the proceedings of this court. Like I said yesterday, Tumelo is about to crack.
Yes.
So you can actually see the previous caller, I think the third person, the previous caller, said something very profound.
Yes.
Tumelo was going out. He was sitting down. Now, let's take a scenario that somebody is intoxicated.
Yes.
Things are happening.
Yes.
And you are intoxicated. You don't take action at that time.
Yeah.
Then you want to go out, you pass a group that is fighting.
Yeah.
You are going into the kitchen. Remember, this house is very small.
Yeah, it is.
So there's no space of that you are passing this group and going, there's a space again. He's at the door where Senzo is at. He punches a punch, then he goes inside.
Yes, he goes back.
Why not? We spoke about that. Now, remember, he's actually under oath.
Yeah.
He can incriminate himself.
Yes.
Probably, if I was Mshololo or Titi, I would say, you, because of the wound is in the front, you were with Senzo. You are the one that shot him. Because you went there, the whole group were actually behind. So you are the one that shot him, got scared, get inside.
Yeah.
That's number one. And let's look at another scenario where he's actually saying that he went into the bedroom and locked.
Yes.
Remember, previous time he said he wanted to jump, but there was a burglar.
Yes.
He couldn't.
Yeah.
Now he came and said that he couldn't come out after a while when everybody was actually quiet. Then Mtoko came and opened for him with a spoon. He came and saw that Senzo is in between the couch and the table lying.
Yes.
He wants to cry.
Yeah.
Why do you cry for an alive person? Somebody is wounded. Why do that?
I think Mshololo was trying to ask that question, but it didn't come out correct because it was sounding like he's saying, why would you cry for a friend?
Yeah, but I like the fact that she is actually keeping the cards not all to herself. Because she would come, this is the first time, she would come back asking questions again. So you have to let this person relax a bit and forget, then come back again and hit him hard.
Yes.
So I suspect, I'm always of this opinion that the whole Tumelo thing is actually Fred information that is actually a state thing.
Yeah.
So now, like one of the comments from Fred, he was saying that it's a staged thing. The state is actually telling him what to say.
Yeah.
But he forgets what he was he had rehearsed to do. Coming back to the issue of Netflix, whether a small amount, whether he was being given 200, because of records, they would have transferred money into account.
Yes, that's true.
No big organization would give you money like you are a spaza shop.
Like a gangster.
No. They wouldn't do it. That's number one. Number two, he was paid for the pictures and he was paid for appearance.
Yeah.
So those are two things that he would have actually said, no, okay, for the pictures I was given this kind of amount, maybe 500, maybe 2,000 rands that I was given. But I wouldn't think that it's that small amount of money. If it was that small amount of money, Sfiso and Siya would have not convinced him.
Yeah, that is true.
So there was a big amount of money, a lump sum that he does not want to disclose. The greediness in this guy, it's on another level. It's on another level.
Yeah.
Because you actually see that I said yesterday, and I will still stand with my words that he's on a payroll and still thinking that things are all right. But not knowing that he can incriminate himself, he's still under oath. There are also other things that is going to be used.
Yes.
I like the fact that actually they are somehow working together. I saw probably before tea time, on tea time, they were putting heads together. Mshololo and Titi, they were putting heads together. So that means they are combining themselves. I would want to think that this one is being discredited, but at the same time, he's incriminating himself. He has to be the one that is said, now you are no longer the witness, you are now the accused.
That is true.
So let's wait and see. For the live visuals, I would like to say that there's a foul play that has been played because we wanted to know, and it was on a pick. Then all of a sudden, within short space of time, these gimmicks, we know that they were coming.
Yeah.
So I like the fact where he's going. The judge did not rule out that the media would actually it's no longer going to cover.
Yeah.
But there is a space, there is a room that they are going to be coming back.
Yeah, let us hope.
So let's see how it goes. Probably we don't know if tomorrow is going to be there or when is it going to be aired, or else he is going to put it aside and wait for the camera. If I'm not, I stand to be corrected. SABC was given an amount to feed to other media channels. If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I think so.
So it has to be that access to go to SABC and on which camera, because you would know that there are actually 3 cameras that are actually there in the court, or that are there in the court. So on which direction is the court going? So that is the one on the floor, focusing where the judge is. So that's the one. So does it take any? No. I'll leave it there.
Okay.
Thank you for.
Thank you very much. Yep, that's it. I've got a question. My question is, the Chief Justice, what is he saying about the case with 2 dogheads? Is it first time in the land? I'm scared he's doing nothing. Now you are taking. This is someone who sent me something on WhatsApp. In Atteridgeville, I'm still surprised that Longotwala can run out, as they say, but never call the neighbors or community, and the intruders continue with what they were doing. Zanzi Reality, hello.
Hello, Mr. Anonymous.
Hello.
How are you? It's Emily there, over to you.
Yes, how are you doing?
No, I'm good. Yesterday I was trying to get through, but I couldn't due to the high volume of calls.
Yes.
But then, it's Lindani here, all the way from Veiws in Mpumalanga.
Okay.
Hi, Lindani.
Mpumalanga in the house,
Yes.
okay?
Mpumalanga in the house.
So I've got 2 comments, and then I'll be done.
Yeah.
Okay.
My first comment is that what I observe is that there is a cooperation between Advocate Mshololo and Titi Tobane. Yesterday and today I saw Mr. Tobane laughing during the cross-examination of this liar. I saw like cooperation. No, they are united now. And I like that.
Yes.
And another thing, man, this Judge Maumela, what happened today?
Yeah.
But enye into engiyibukayo lana, Mshololo is coming all right with this Tumelo guy.
Yeah.
It's coming all right because now uyaqala uyagonyuluka manje uyalikhuluma iqiniso kancane umilika kahle Mshololo uza naye kahle, and I feel like Maumela Mshololo usoft kakhulu, and uthathe soft kanje right because siba ne-direction siyabona ukuthi sibheke kuphi.
Yeah.
That's
thank you.
all I wanted to say.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah, I see there's a number that I keep on missing. Let me see. This is the person. Just gonna do the person one. Call them because they've been calling. Luckily, I saw the number. Hello, Zansi Reality. Hello.
Good evening.
Hey,
Good evening.
How are you?
Mr. Anonymous and Emily.
Hi, how are you?
I'm all right. It's Tandy again from UK.
Okay.
My input is about this Tumelo guy. Really, this is like a circus court. The way ujudge ngakhona izinto really it's a scaring things. Uyahleka, uyakwata, he's helping. I explain it kahle uTumelo yonke into. Uyamendlalela.
Yes.
Like ulokhu ngani Mshololo, she doesn't know nothing. But Mshololo, he's just nice and sweet.
Yeah.
The other thing ulokhu ngani lo mntana lo Tumelo, what he does.
Yes.
He came out from the bedroom.
Yeah.
And then Senzo, he was between the sofa and the stand. And we don't see even the TV falling. Senzo, I think he's a muscular man to fall down there. Nothing is falling down. And that house, it seems like it's a small house. It's not a big lounge. There's a big sofa and there's no space. And then whatever he said, he saw someone on the door. I don't think it's possible to see someone on the door because there's a wall. And all the time, whatever he's saying, he defends himself with a lot of stories.
Yeah.
And he's defending the most Kelly. He's not talking to himself about himself.
Yeah.
He's defending people there. And I think it's what they coach him. And those people, they're going to put him under the bus. Is the ones going to be arrested alone.
Let's hope. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you. Let me leave others to some calls.
Okay. Hello, Mzansi Reality. Hello. Okay, someone dropped on me. There's an international.
Imagine him.
Mzansi Reality. Hello.
Hi, I would like to comment to speak as well.
Okay, you can shoot.
Go for it.
Go for it.
Hold?
Yeah, go for it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Hi, how are you guys?
Yeah, we're good, man. We're good. How are you?
I'm good. You're speaking to Roger. I'm calling you all the way from Canada.
Oh, Canada.
Canada in the house.
Yes. Okay, let's hear what you have to say.
Yeah, for me, I would say that, this trial for the murder of our hero Senzo,
yes,
there's two sides to this story.
Yes.
One, what they're feeding us, which they want us to believe is true. And number two is what exactly happened in that house.
Yes.
I'll keep it brief.
Yeah.
Tumelo will not crack, but they won't be able to crack Tumelo, but his inconsistencies is going to give the judge a hard time to defend case or win the case which is being heard in court right now, because he's one of the person who was in the house. If he's already contradicting himself, if this whole thing was planned, what does it say about the rest of the guys who were in the house? They're going to have nightmares because they're going to come on the stand as well. So their stories are changing every day with every contradiction Tumelo is making.
No, I hear you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Zanzi Reality, hello.
Hi, family. Hi.
Hi, how are you?
Yeah, I'm alright, family. Emily, hi.
Hello.
Hi, unjani sis?
Ngiyaphila unjani?
Right, man. Guys, I won't be long.
Okay.
Mr. Anonymous, I want to ask you a question.
Okay.
If a witness is on a stand,
Yeah.
how possible it is for him or her to be called back to testify again?
I've seen that. I've seen that.
What I'm asking.
I've seen that. I was also hoping that. I think you are going where I was there. I was also hoping that they can recall this guy eventually.
Tumelo must be recalled. Tumelo, I think Mshololo, there are questions that don't want to ask particular on this guy because he will ask those questions on the next witness or one of the people about essentially. I think what reserve amanyama questions for that. Utumelo already, if I'm telling you now, if Utumelo Pela this year engeke jail because of his lying under oath, everybody can see.
Yeah.
I was listening to that guy from New York.
Yeah.
He watches the case, the way he analyzed the case. I don't want them to fool themselves, the people, the state, and think people are stupid. People are not stupid.
Yes.
The way people analyze this case, especially on this show, it tells you how brilliant people are.
Yes.
Take, for instance, the matter of media today. On a live vision, Utumelo is not appearing.
Yeah.
But they are talking somebody tempered with cameras and stuff like that. They call it I forgot the word.
Yeah.
On live vision.
Yeah.
That thing is not, Tumelo is not appearing.
Yes.
But the judge decided to say, let them go out. I'm not continuing with them here. Actually, he took the decision based on hearsay. As a judge, you are a judge. You are supposed to have evidence to say, okay, you telling me this happened, but where is the proof? But based on here evidence, he chased the media out. I will tell you again, the media was chased out because Tumelo was failing. Something that they didn't want us to see on Tumelo.
Yeah.
But anyway, I pray to it's coming on Tumelo, like it or not, because he lied already under oath.
Yeah.
Look at his arrogance when he's answering special TT. He's trying to do it with Mshololo, but Mshololo is very brilliant for him. He can calm down and manage him.
Yeah, he's playing the feelings also. Yeah.
Yeah, but we don't know. But I think after Mshololo and TT questioned all the people that was inside the house, actually, I repeat again, the issue of the bullet wound, the entrance and the exit, and the position of the people inside the house.
Yeah.
No, it's fine. Thank you very much, guys. I don't want to be long today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I appreciate it.
You.
Cool.
People are observant.
Zanzi Reality,
You all are
hello.
observant.
Hey, how are you?
How are you?
We are good, and you?
Hello.
Hi.
You are
Zanzi
live.
Reality, you are live.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
No, I would like to comment about. My name is Mwatu from Midrand.
Okay.
Okay, Midrand in the
I would like to
house.
comment, man, really about this young boy, Tumelo Mashala. You see, I mean, really, he is so drunk about the money in which he has been given by the Netflix, which he does not want to disclose. However, he forgets of the statements that he was given then by the police when he was giving to the police. Those statements were under oath. And he also does not know. In fact, I don't know whether he does not know or what. Even the testimony now, he's still under oath.
Yeah.
And both statements are contradicting one another.
Yes.
He's saying this, the other time he's saying this. Listen, I can further tell you now, this man is going to prison. Watch this thing. He's going to regret. And either Kelly, not Kelly, the other one, the neighbor, the neighbor who came and clean, he's going to tell the truth.
Yeah.
Watch my space. He's going to tell the truth as to what really happened in there, because she is also scared wherever she is. The lady who came and cleaned the house as per remember they were saying there were only two cans that were found in there.
Yeah.
And there was no blood, there were no cans, there was nothing. So that woman is going to tell the truth. Watch the space.
Yeah, no,
then
thank you.
He's going to tell everything. Even he's not going to waste much of the time. He's not going to waste much of the time. He's going to say it from the word go.
Yeah.
After seeing that lost, the ship is sinking. Sure, my brother.
Thank you very much. Right, let's see what we can get from here. We have this on WhatsApp. Good evening, ML and Mr. I hope that Advocate Mshololo applies for Tumelo's hair to be taken for DNA analysis. That head belongs to him. A few months ago, there were photos circulating when he was wearing the head. Secondly, as the best friend, did he make a call to a family, and when? If not, why? It's Richard Hlubi. Thank you very much for your comment.
Wow. The DNA on that head.
Right. Yeah, so if you still want to call, you can call. Let me see. We still have them. Yeah, it's a private number. Hello. Zanzi Reality.
Mr. Anonymous.
Yes, sir.
Ngizocela ukubingelela ucrash yami lapha e-studio.
Okay.
I will put guys. The story less man I see.
Yeah.
Yabona ngibona kwembuzi ke wathula malini. Uyafihla uTumelo ukuthi wathula malini.
Yeah.
Nale mali futhi uthi ke wayisebenzisa yedwa zangathi ngisho yedwa umuntu kuba uthi ubingane zo6 lo muntu yabona nanga wonke lawo nakuthiwa bonayo imali yokuze egoli uthi imali ayinayo ayinezidingo zonke lo muntu yabona likhona ukushaya amanzi la yonke lo muntu lona nje ayikhuluma into engazwakali impela.
True, that is true.
Nasisi nakunye kunelo phangane la iclips la luhwane kasisika kheli lapho khona ethi wayebambe usenzo evale imbobo inhlavu uyimbambile ngapha no Tumelo naye wayebambile futhi cha ibaningi wabimbambile
baningi and there's only one hole, right? Kunembobo eyodwa inhlavu.
Ngoba ngisemsebenzini angingabe ngisengibhalela abanye angivalelise bakwethu.
Siyabonga kakhulu mfowethu.
Siyabonga.
Yes.
Ay shame.
Okay, let's hear this one. My input is, if you, Mr. Anonymous, you can visit a friend and he gets shot, that means you know no one. Now, how would you stay there for over 3 days? You don't have a friend. Now, go back to Meyiwa family and tell the story. And that is the feeling that we all share. Lento yokuthi, at least you should have, just like the other guy, Mtogo, you should have left. Mtogo left. Yes.
He didn't sleep there on that
In fact,
Sunday.
he ran for his life. So we like that about Mtogo. And we know for sure that my feeling is that, because when I heard that Mtogo is sort of affiliated to Mondays, because I felt like at some point the story was going that direction.
Yes.
Even though it was not said, this is alleged.
It
seems as if this kingpin or whatever mastermind,
the one Chico was talking about,
was going to that direction. It seemed as if it was, and I did say this. The key person there was gonna be Mtogo. So my feeling is that wherever he is, these people seemingly they're willing to throw him under the bus. Out. This is my obvious opinion. Mzansi Reality, hello.
It's Anonymous and Emily. How are you?
Yes, sir. How are you?
I'd just like to make a few comments.
Do, please.
Yeah, this Tumelo guy, he's lying that he doesn't know the amount. Even if it was 20 years ago, you see, he's not asked to estimate about the time. Amount of money he knows, and he knows that if he divulges the amount of money, there's going to be a lot of questions, there's a lot of suspicion.
Yes.
How come he got that amount of money? He couldn't even give even those brothers of Senzo or the child of Mandy South Senzo. So this guy is just greedy. He's getting paid by Kel Kumalo and company. So that's why he's trying to make everything complicated. The truth is clear. This guy knows who really killed Senzo in that house.
No, this is alleged, and this
Allegedly.
is your view.
It's your opinion.
Thank you very much for your contribution.
Yeah,
we are protecting
the
ourselves.
Disclaimer: the views and opinions expressed by the people that call on Mzansi Reality, even us, are not that of the channel.
Yes.
So we do not want our channel to be
Let's
in trouble.
let's not plug in what the people would like to think. Yeah, but in any case, I think from my side, guys, it has been nice having you here. We hope that tomorrow this judge is not gonna do what he did today.
Okay, Kanelani, the number is scrolling below the screen. There is white font. You have two options: WhatsApp call or the normal line call. So it's scrolling below.
Mzansi Reality, hello. Mzansi Reality, hello.
Hello, how are you?
We are good, and you?
I'm fine. You're speaking to Shaida Bani from...
Okay.
Yes.
Right, she's getting reconnected. She's calling through WhatsApp, so give her a chance.
Okay.
So someone here is moving to. So alcohol, 4 times 4 milli of alcohol is way over the permissible legal limit, which is plus 350 mil. So the argument that he was not intoxicated is flawed. Mtogo is bound to be discredited because he did not play along. It's Richard again.
There's someone who also shared a similar comment. I wish I could pull it up, where they were saying that they are drinking now and they have already drank 2 cans of Heineken and they are not in a state of sobriety. I wish I could pick it up. I think I can pull it up. I can pull it up quickly.
All right.
I need that because I was also asking myself, what is the limit? I mean, Google maybe can assist because we can't be. Couldn't they have Googled
Let us
the
smash
limit?
that like button and let us subscribe,
The
guys.
limit of the alcohol.
We love you.
Yes, here it is. Mbossing one. He says, I have taken 2 Heinekens already and I'm drunk. By the time I get to 4, I would be an incompetent witness.
Right. Mzansi Reality, hello.
Hello, guys. How are you?
We are good, and
Good,
you?
and you?
It's good. It's Tabang here from Mpumalanga. Hey?
Pumalanga
yes.
in the house. The second caller from Pumalanga.
Yes. The way I see things, Madlala is hiding a lot of things. His story is not matching up.
Yeah.
It's and imagine the soccer match is 90 minutes.
Yes.
3 cans does not even match
90 minutes.
The duration of drinking.
Yes.
For example, you see. And as he said that the intruder was wearing a hat, and deadlocks, not clear or clear. Even a butler didn't make noise. How a butler is very noisy. I can even open one right now. You would hear. It clicks. It's a kang. You get it's a ting. The door. It's a Nothing was heard. No. He's hiding a lot of things. That guy.
No. We thank you.
Allow others to comment there, guys. I appreciate for the call. Eh?
Thank you. Right, guys, let us subscribe and let us smash that like button and that bell if you still want to be reminded of what we do in this channel. And this is how we do things. And this is, I think, Emil, this is the last call. I am so tired. I'm just going to take one person and that will be it for me. Let us hear this voice.
Hi, it's me, Shaina. I just have few comments. I tried calling you now.
Oh, we disturb you. Hello, Mzansi Reality, hello?
Hey, Anonymous, how are you?
Yes, sir, I'm fine, and you?
I'm okay. Hi, sis Emily.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good, and yourself?
Yes.
Yes, guys, first, I just want to applaud Black Excellence. Advocate Mshololo. Kudos to her.
Yes.
Kudos. You know, I've been watching the proceedings and some were saying, no, Mr. Tobane is repeating. But I believe Mr. Tobane laid the foundation for Advocate Mshololo to be doing what he's doing now. So, as Black, I just wanted to applaud Black Excellence and say, you know what? Has paved the way for herself. I know there can be many people out there who might be in the same scenario or same case or who have been struggling to get proper legal representative. And I can bet you right now, Advocate Mshololo has set herself high.
Exactly.
Anywhere, TV anywhere is going to be accepted without a shadow of a doubt. I just wanted to start with that. Give credit where it's due.
It is true.
And then my but for me, this Tumelo guy, guys, there is no way in the entire day you'll go from when you wake up to when you go to sleep. You have no track of time. You don't even know how long it took you to go to the bus stop or wait, or how long it took you to eat a certain meal.
Yes.
I mean, I believe with the problem with Tumelo, what he has realized is his answers are based on lies.
Yes.
And the problem with that, he has to come up with a lie for every answer to cover up the previous lies.
Yes.
Think about it. A simple 90-match game. You don't know for how long you're watching it or how many. They're not asking you for the exact estimate, plus minus. You might be wrong, you might be right. An estimation, but he's telling you he cannot even estimate. I believe, you know what, the deeds, I'll end by saying, dead people do speak.
Yes.
And where the soul is, the truth will prevail.
Exactly.
Justice is going to prevail. Especially from someone whom I believe Senzo trusted so much. To betray him, his soul will not, until we as South Africans know what the truth is.
Yes, that is true. We appreciate you. Thank you very much. Let's take this one.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Zanzi Reality, hello. Zanzi Reality, hello.
Zanzi Reality, hi.
Okay. Zanzi Reality, hello.
Yes, hello.
Yes. How are you?
Is this Mzansi Reality?
Yes, it is Mzansi Reality. We have two people talking at once.
Hello.
Mzansi Reality, hello.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. Now I just want to comment on, remember Tumelo said that they were sitting down as they were sitting and the guy came in, blah, blah, and Longwetwala pushed the guy and ran outside.
Yes.
So now my first question around that is that if someone runs out and you guys as intruders, will you remain in the house not knowing who the person that ran out?
Yes.
Is that possible? And also Tumelo said that before Kelly and Zandi and the mother started beating up the guy, Kelly went into the bedroom.
Yes.
Where do you get time to go into the bedroom at that time? What are you going to take in the bedroom?
It's
Maybe it's the same guy. It's the same gun that shot, that pulled the trigger. Because what were you going to fetch in the bedroom?
Yes.
If there were intruders, because it doesn't even make sense that they were intruders.
Exactly.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you very much.
Bye.
Thank you. Yeah. Let us see. Emily, I think. Oh my God. Mzansi Reality, hello.
Mzansi Reality.
Yes.
Can I shoot?
Shoot.
Yes.
I'm shooting from Namibia.
Namibia all the way. We're covering all Africa now.
Okay, you see, money has changed people.
Yes.
So at this moment in time, I think Mshololo is the one on the ground. He has to put this other Twala also on the map, because we don't trust him. Next time he comes, he talks something different. Where was this other Twala when Tumelo was with this other intruder with Senzo at the door?
Yes.
Remember that this other Twala, the which is related to the wife of Senzo.
Yes.
Where was he when Kelly's mother and Zandi and Kelly fighting this guy? Where was this other guy all this time? Because it's not being mentioned.
Oh no, I think Mtogo, right? Or Longotwa.
No, Mtogo. I'm talking about Mtogo.
Apparently Mtogo jumped the wall. This is
an allegation.
It's an allegation that was said. I think it was said on the case when he came back to open.
When Titi was asking him, yes, I know.
Yes.
But I want to know at what point did Mtogo go out? Because he is saying the first intruder came in and the second one was there at the door when he was trying to go out. So at that time, was Mtogo already gone? I mean, was he already gone or was still in the house? We want to know where was
placed.
he.
He's not placed
at that time. Where was he?
That's why I'm saying that.
And also
that's why I'm saying that is a missing piece, and I feel like he's not gonna sing one thing that everyone who was in the house is singing.
And what was the position? How were they sitting? Who was sitting next to who when this intruder came? Where was? I mean, this Twala for Chico, this Longo Twala, he was sitting next to who?
Yeah.
Tumelo was sitting next to who? And the mother was sitting where? And what was the mother doing at that time? We want to know all those things.
Yeah,
and where were the kids? And where were the kids at that time? Yes.
Yeah.
So that's all I have. And also, you see, you listen to these other interviews on SABC. I don't want to go deep on that, but you can see this other guy who is coming to cover up himself every time in the news. He was there again today. You know, I don't know if these things they are talking on the news, they can still use it in court, because these people, they still continue changing stories, man.
Yeah.
And they still have to go to court.
But anyway, let me give the chance to others, man. Thank you.
So I see that someone here is saying that I'm trying hard to call. Mzansi Reality, hello. I hope this is you.
Kanelani.
Yeah. Mzansi Reality, hello.
Mzansi Reality, hello.
So let me see if
Hello.
Yes, how are you?
Hello.
Hey, how are you?
I'm fine, thanks. How are you?
We are all good.
Yeah, I'm the other person who's not happy about my woman.
Yeah.
And again, can someone, I think I will try to put you back. I need to understand the scenario of these people. How were they sitting in the house, in the living room, where they stayed? When Tumelo says they were sitting down when the intruders came in, where was the Senzo? Just because I can't hear Senzo leaving the sitting room to the kitchen, I only hear Senzo fighting with someone by the kitchen.
Yes.
But I can't hear him where he was during those people when they were coming in.
That's true. That is true.
Did anyone have ever heard where was Senzo when these people came in?
No, no.
Just because the only thing what I can hear now, Senzo was wrestling with this guy by the door there. And when did Senzo leave the place where they were sitting to the sitting room?
That is true.
Right.
That is profound.
And then if they can make a demonstration, how was Senzo handling this guy?
Yeah.
If he was grabbing the hand, if the guy was carrying the arm, the firearm,
yes,
can one hand cover the whole firearm?
I think
that you can see.
Yeah, I think this is where Tumelo is leaving us in the mist, because he's saying he's not sure whether the guy was carrying a gun
or not.
Right, but okay. Sorry, ulokuza ngiyalandela program and I'm calling from UK.
Thank you.
Ngiyalandela program and but I think if really we want to be taken serious by other countries and other nations,
yes,
this Judge Mahumela, it's just a joke. And I do understand Ruti, our judges, they have got sort of like a group of the judges, whether it's whatever they can call their benches.
Yes.
How some of the judges, which if they are following these cases, the way he handled this case, what are they saying?
Yeah, no, that is true. It's what we've been asking too.
LPC.
And then again, if you understand, if in the illustration of this Tumelo, when he says Senzo was falling down on between the coaches and what there was a leaky drop, and then he come up with the story to say, I was holding the wound, it was bleeding very high, but at the house was not bleeding. What nonsense is this? There is a leaky drop on the floor, but he was bleeding very high when they put on the car. How? When you try to pick all the notes and to understand what was going on. Guys, every day, if I follow this case here, I feel like even the judge himself, the way he tried to reprimand some other people, especially when TT is talking, and when before it was Defo, and then people they took like Defo was sort of like someone who's got some mental issues, but instead of investigating thoroughly, that the judge is the one who the behavior of a person is provoked by the person. You can react to a certain degree, whereby you can take this nonsense, and then at the end of the day, you say you can't take this. Even uTumelo lo mayekhuluma unokudelela ukuthi wena even nawo nje so ukhuluma naye, how would you react ungaso lingekho whatsoever? How would you react to umuntu wakho ekhuluma nawe the way okhuluma ngakhona kanje?
That is true. That's the
fact. We are human. In nature yethu yokuthi singabantu, whether I'm in a professional job, I can be, but at the end of the day, there is a man behind that, behind my professionalism, and then I can be pissed off sometimes, just because ujaji uyamvumela lo mfana ayenze nonsense from the scratch, and then adelele ngendlela ofuna ngakhona. Then if they are giving back to him, ujaji is the first person to stand up to say you can't do that. I can't manage to stay kodliana ngoba ujaji lona ngagcina ngibambe ngezandla kwaye.
Thank you very much. Let's take this one more time. Bye. This is the exit. We are exiting. Hey, how are you?
Mzansi Reality, hello. Switch off the television.
Hello.
Zanzi Reality, hello.
Yes, good evening. How are you?
We are good, and you?
I'm good, family. I'm Kenani Kanelani, calling from Johannesburg.
Yes, welcome, Kanelani.
There's quite a lot of loopholes. I'm glad I finally made it. There's just a lot of loopholes here, and I'm finding myself puzzled to make logical sense. Number one, I'm concerned about the manner of approach by the judge towards the presiding officer. The treatment is not kind of like the same. You can see when she's speaking to Advocate Mshololo, like somebody has elaborated that probably he has a crash, I suppose it's based on how the treatment is not the same. TT is likely to be treated like the previous presiding officer.
Yeah.
You see, so that on its own, it sort of like raises, to me, the eyebrows as to why. That's point number one.
Yeah.
Number two, this Tumelo guy, the manner of lies under oath, it's just on another level. Why? There's a whole lot of things that he can't just recall. However, he managed to, have a sharp memory to describe the gun.
Yeah.
He went as far as like the gun was kind of like old and it has rust, yet he could not look at the gun closely. He could not look at the gun closely because he even elaborated that if ever umuntu uyangena and then there's no way you will be looking at them.
Yeah.
And Mshololo was just actually pushing him towards the corner.
Yes.
That okay, you are right. You could not see clearly. Yet you could describe the gun.
Yeah.
And you could describe the person that has pulled the trigger.
Yes.
Yet at the same time, on the same line, you could not see clearly. Number two, I'm battling to make sense. When Titi was examining him previously, there was a part he ran and locked himself into the bedroom. He wanted to even escape through the window, but now the butler, it was a hindrance. Jiki, he wanted to run away. Now that Mshololo is examining him, he wanted to run away, but he could not because now Senzo had that gun. Senzo had the guy with the gun trying to fight him. So now he had to leave the three other ladies who were with his crouches fighting the other perpetrator.
Yes.
Yet, now he was in the bedroom. I didn't hear when he left the bedroom. At first, he left the bedroom later on. This time, he wants to leave, only to find that Senzo, who's his friend, is actually fighting the guy. So he has left I think that's where the part Mshololo say you were very cruel and stuff like that. And the judge asked, where does cruel come in this scenario?
Yes.
All she was trying to say, it was the fact that there is a lot of inconsistencies in this Tumelo guy.
Yeah.
Three, as a grown-up citizen with good morals, of course, who was the best friend to Senzo, you went and gained, and out of those proceeds from Netflix, not even a cent to the children, to the wife, to the brothers, to the mother. How possible is that?
Yeah.
And the fact that he is no longer in good terms with the family, and how he went and elaborated that the only thing I care about is Senzo. What sort of nonsense, nonsensical statement is that? So I think there's a lot of issues and a lot of loopholes into this. Longwe now pushes the guy with the gun and runs, just like that. And mind you, these are the guys which are coming for robbery. They are armed, is armless.
Yeah.
How possible is that?
Yeah. No, thank you very much. And I think you are our last caller.
All right.
All right. No, thank you so very much. I'm glad I managed to pull through.
Thank you.
So tomorrow, then let's hope maybe the media will be part of the proceeding.
Thank you.
Hopefully.
And we appreciate your beautiful show. Sis Emily, I'm sorry I didn't greet that. Thank you so very much.
No, it's not a problem.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you for calling us.
Thanks.
Yeah, guys, please like and share the videos. Emily. I will see them tomorrow. Yes.
Nami, I need a body break.
Yes.
I'm sorry, guys. It's a wrap. We'll see you